In this run, I will attempt to beat the game using only a Wulfspade. He is the original form of the Incarnus monster you get in the original Joker, and probably the best, thanks to his crafty zapper trait. By the way, I still have to use a text-to-speech synthesizer, at least until I can figure out how to use Audacity, so please put up with it for now. I might also need a better mic or sound card, so I can record quietly at night without disturbing my family. The first boss isn't a consistent win, because Wulfspade is weak to Zam, and the Hyper Hydra has both Zam and Shade Slash. But luckily, Wulfspade starts with his unique skill set that contains oomph. His skill set can also be upgraded for Singeing Slash, Lightning Storm, and Kazap. Sadly, he does not get Kazapple, and his upgraded set loses the stronger, single target oomph, and HP regen. I might have to keep both sets. Despite his appearance, Wulfspade's best stat is actually defense. These moles can't even damage him with physical attacks, and they have no offensive spells. The Wonder family doesn't need the Phoenix Scepter to retain their form during breeding, so I rebirthed him for better starting stats and extra skill points as soon as I could. Bjorn should be easy, as long as he doesn't spam Boulder Dash. His normal attack does nothing. An interesting fact is that the skill spark is exclusive to the Wulfspade set, in both this game and Terry's Wonderland 3D. While there are plenty of other sets that contain Lightning and Lightning Storm, Spark can only be learned naturally by Wulfspade. While Jamiris is usually a joke in a normal playthrough, he can be very luck-based in a solo run. Each of Frizzle, Flame Breath, and normal attack appears twice in his skill slots, which means he can use Frizzle twice in a row. Also, it seems like his AI uses skills more often the more maximum HP you have. If you have over 200 HP, he starts to spam Frizzle and Flame Breath every turn. I upgraded my unique set to tier 2 for stronger skills like Singeing Slash, but I'm keeping the base set, at least for now, because HP regeneration is very handy when I don't have a healing skill. Gemon has Chilly Breath twice in his set, but since it's an AoE skill, it's weaker than Frizzle. He also has a 1 in 6 chance of wasting a move by doing nothing. I leveled up a little more, to have Lightning Storm unlocked. It's categorized as a technique, not a spell, so its damage is based on the user's level instead of wisdom. Technique's damage calculation is quite weird in this game, as they seem to check both the target's resistances and defense stat. Calamari is probably the worst boss in the game. His strongest skill is only a tier 1 water spout that does around 50 damage, and he only gets one move per turn. which is sometimes denied by his foot dragger. His only real threat is Sleep Sock, but sleep is worse than both paralysis and stun in these games, because you have a 50% chance of waking up when attacked. I grinded a bit on the liquid metal slimes in this area. My stats are good enough, but I don't have a lot of HP. This overkilling machine won't be an issue though, since the worst it can do is lightning for around 70 damage. Sagitta on the other hand, can be a problem. He can hit my Zem weakness with Thin Air, and lower my defense with Helm Splitter. He can also take away more than a third of my current HP with Donk, which is usually an awful skill, but can be very annoying in a solo run. As Thin Air can do more than 100 damage to me, which is much more than I can regenerate, my only strategy against him is simply to boost my attack and hope to take him out first. Frizz Ward was doing nothing, so I replaced it with Ice Meister for Blizzard Slash and Meditation. Singeing Slash will do more due to my crafty Zapper trait, but I'm not sure if it can hit Rigor Mortex because he absorbs Sizz by default. This Don Mole boss is basically just a model. He has nothing in common with the playable version of his species. He can move up to 3 times per turn and has immunity to bang. The same goes for this Kanzar. But fortunately, it doesn't reflect or even resist anything here. The playable version reflects 6 of the 7 elements, except Zam. It doesn't do much damage, but it can use Disruptive Wave to dispel my attack boost. Its Mist Me can also be deadly in a solo run, since it can potentially wall me forever, or at least until it runs out of MP. Thankfully, the AI isn't cheap, or rather, smart enough to abuse Mist Me against a single opponent. If it was, then solo runs would be next to impossible for anything without a multi-move trait, passive Disruptive Wave, or the Obliterator skill, which it might be immune to. Using buffs against it is a waste of time. It seems that it prioritizes Disruptive Wave when your team has buffs. It takes a while, but as long as I keep myself healed and attack whenever I can, it's an easy win. I leveled up to 37. I still don't have a lot of HP, but my defense should be good enough against physical attacks from Malevolinx. His hardest hitting skill is Lightning Storm, but he can't use it twice in one turn, and he's not even guaranteed a second move. Malevolinx has Disruptive Wave as a passive trait, which gives him a chance to dispel all my buffs and debuffs at the start of each turn, before anyone makes a move. This means how long my attack boost will stick is all up to luck. Bounce does nothing, because I won't be using spells. I don't get Kazapal from my own sets, so Singeing Slash will do more damage even without an attack boost. My crafty Zapper trait makes this fight nice and quick. Tier 2 elemental slashes do 20% more damage even when the enemy isn't weak to them. Combined with my crafty trait, I'm actually doing 180% of normal attack damage with Singeing Slash. This is a joke fight, even in a solo run. Basically, the only way I could lose is if the Atlas landed a critical hit. There's no penalty for losing either. You just get to try again until you win. I had to rebirth to get higher starting HP for Leonix, because he can hit my Zam weakness with Wind Shear, and his Kazap does about 180 damage. Unlike Joker, I do not absorb, or even resist, Zap. I could get a massive boost in stats by breeding with any rank S nature family, which upgrades Wulfspade to his adult form, but his child form actually hits harder, because his adult form loses crafty Zapper and gains a 2-hit attack instead. As you can see, my Singeing Slash hits like a truck when Oamph is in place. I just have to hope that he doesn't use Wind Shear and Kazap on the same turn, since they can easily take away more than 2/3 of my max HP. Techniques in this game seem to have a very wide damage range. I still have no idea exactly how their damage is calculated. Again, all I have to do is play safe, keep myself healed, and attack whenever I get a chance. I upgraded Wulfspade to his adult form for Rigor Mortis, because I need the extra stats. Like his child form, his best stat is defense, at a whopping 900. I think his wisdom also maxes out at 900, but it doesn't matter because I won't be using it anyway. While he is called Wulfspade Ace in the English version, he actually represents the King of Spades. His own unique skill set was also called King, but they renamed it to Wulfspade 3 for some stupid reason. I won't be using it though, because it's a pure support set, like Supporter SB, aka Uber Helpful. It does contain the counter skill, but it only lasts one turn, and costs 64 MP to use. Rigor Mortis doesn't have Disruptive Wave to dispel my attack buff, so I can safely set up against him. I think the reason they didn't give him Disruptive Wave is because he has Casap, which can also be dispelled in this game. My base defense is so high that he often does 0 or 1 damage with his normal attack before a defense drop. Fizzcracker is really the only thing I need to worry about. Thankfully, he can't use it twice on the same turn because it only appears once in his skill slots, and his AI isn't smart enough to spam it. But even if he did, I could probably out-heal it and stall him out of MP. Yes, he has limited MP, 955 to be exact, and Fizzcracker costs 80, meaning he can use it 11 times at most. In conclusion, Wulfspade is likely the best of the 4 Incarnus forms from Joker 1. His child form has Crafty Zapper, which allows him to hit like a truck with Singeing Slash, and his adult form trades Crafty Zapper for amazing stats. He also has the best unique skill sets out of the 4, with early access to oomph and HP regen. His only real drawbacks are the weakness to ZAM and rather poor HP growth, but his adult form gets rid of both problems, albeit at the cost of damage output. Anyway, this concludes my Wulfspade solo run. Thanks for watching.